everybody, it's Chris. We're on day 3 of the road trip. We left Oklahoma City this morning, bright and early, and we are through Texas, and now we are in beautiful New Mexico, and the sun is just about to go down. Here, let me show you this, and then we'll get resituated for today's thing. I'm not sure if you can see that, but we're just getting ready to crest down over the beautiful, beautiful landscape out there, which is amazing. So this trip has been unbelievable, like just crazy beyond expectation. And I think one of the things that has been, I think, expected, but not necessarily, I didn't grasp the full weight of what was going to happen, was the van and Derek and I's ability to really kind of roll with what was going on. So day 1, we had we pulled up to a gas station, and the radiator hose on the van started like pouring radiator fluid out onto the ground. So we have tools in the back. Derek climbed underneath the van, tightened up the hose, filled it back up, we got it back, it was all fixed, it was great. And then that night, we were finishing up the drive, and we'd been running the heater all day, because as we left, it was like snow and freezing, and so we'd been running the heater for like 12 hours, and neither of us had noticed, because the van is so loud, that the heater had stopped working. So we're driving, Derek's driving, and all of a sudden I see this like light going off, and I figured maybe it was a text message he was getting, because some of them have the lights that go off, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, Derek, I think you're getting a text. And he's like, what do you mean? And then we look down, and there's literally sparks shooting out from underneath the dash on his feet, and we're like, well, that's not good. So anyways, we're looking for a place to pull over where it's safe, because we're in the middle of traffic and everything, and all of a sudden there's this huge like pop, and the heater turns back on, and no more sparks. So we haven't run the heater since, but that was kind of like day 1. Now day 2, we had a little bit of an issue with the transmission. It's all good. Transmission fluid. Called my cousin Dan at 519 Customs. Hey man, can you help me out with this? No problem. He got us back on the road. I had a little bit of a thing with the oil level on the truck. No problem. Got that all fixed up as well. But it's like pretty much every 4th time we stop for gas, there's something that we need to tinker with just to make sure that we're, going to make it on our journey all the way to beautiful San Diego, California, or Mission Beach, I should say. So anyways, the whole purpose of today's video is to share something with you that I learned from Tim Ferriss a long, long time ago through his book, The 4-Hour Workweek. And he's got a chapter in there, and I'm probably going to butcher this, so Tim, if you ever see this, I'm sorry. I'm going to do it my best. But it's about being uncomfortable, and every day putting yourself in a situation where you're outside of your regular comfort zone. We've all got ruts in our life, and that's an important part of being able to get things done. You got to have routine, right? But what I've been reminded of as we're going through this journey and as we're going through this trip is that when you get outside your comfort zone and you run into something like, oh, hey, I've got a problem, I haven't dealt with this in a very long time, or I have no idea how I'm going to deal with this, but you put yourself into a situation where you got to figure things out, you have to trust yourself, you got to get outside of your comfort zone, and then you fix it, right? And what that's done is it's given us more confidence to keep going on the road and be like, whatever we run into, we're going to be able to do this. And I'll tell you what, tomorrow, when I run into something that's difficult in my life, I'm going to be like, you know what? I was able to fix the van. I can do this too, right? And that's a little bit of a loose thing. Now, Tim has an experiment where he goes out into public and he just lays down in the middle of a public place for a certain period of time and then gets back up and walks away. And the whole purpose is to get over your fear of what could happen, because we're all walking around all day with this inner monologue and this inner voice of, oh, don't do that, this could happen, or don't do that, it's probably not safe. And it's natural, right? It's our brains and that kind of like lizard brain back from when we were cave people saying, hey, don't do things because you could get hurt. You don't know what's out there. You don't know what's happening. But when you go out and you experience those new things and you're safe in the end and everything's okay, it gives you this confidence and this power over your life to know that you can do what you want in your life and everything's going to be okay. You're powerful, you are strong, and you can basically go out there and get whatever it is that you want. And that little voice that's telling you that things are scary, the more scary stuff that you do, the more of that you conquer, you'll realize that within reason, you're going to be safe. Everything is going to be okay. And life is good when you get outside your comfort zone. There's nothing you can't do. You really do have no limitations. Nothing is impossible. And I believe in you. So if you ever need a little boost, you just shoot me a message. I got your back. And so yeah, I hope that you enjoyed that. That's one thing that I learned today. Check this out. What? Sunset together over the New Mexico landscape. Look at that. Man, I hope you're well. I hope you had a fantastic day. Derek, thank you for being on this journey with me. Man, I appreciate you. Right on. And Robin, I miss you and the kids incredibly. I can't wait to see you in San Diego. And yeah, much love. Let's give you one more peek here before we sign off. I picked like the most non-picturesque part to turn the camera around. Obviously, still working on my videographer skills, folks. Thanks for watching, and later. Okay, so I totally forgot a big part of the story. Thank you for reminding me, Derek. This morning when we left Oklahoma City, there was a weather advisory on. And we had to beat this storm out because there was freezing rain that was coming in to the city, and there was a weather advisory. And the weather advisory was 50-mile-an-hour winds. So basically, we're driving in a garden shed, and when the wind hits, it can literally like pick you up and move you kind of like across half of a lane. So when we were driving out of the city, out of Oklahoma City, it was like white-knuckled craziness, and but we got through it, but with, you know, a little bit of it was actually a lot of fun. Did I miss anything? No. There has been a couple of other adventures along the way with the van, but we'll save those for another time. Thanks again for watching. Later.